Just like the title says, it's a bad day to be an Avenger. Support the comic book industry by visiting your local comic book store. My name is Doran. This is SEM Comics. We continue our coverage of West Coast Avengers. Number 8. Our story starts off at the Citadel, or what I like to call the Church of the Blue Ultron. And the Purple Ultron, who just got finished beating the ass of the Blue Ultron, is now trying to bring this whole big ass tower to the ground. And Spider-Woman and her friend Meredith is about to get caught up in it. Because the Blue Ultron, or what Meredith calls the One, is pretty much destroyed. She lost her wings. And there's only one way out this place, and that's through a window high up. And she's like, Spider-Woman, can you fly? And she's like, not exactly, but I do have a ride, as her jet bike, hover bike, whatever bike comes over. She grabs onto it, gets Meredith on there, and they fly off. So the Purple Ultron's like, you enjoy your reprieve. I got a bigger mess to clean up anyway. See, he doesn't like the fact that the Blue Ultron pretty much shared all the technology with all the homeless and sick and destitute people. So now he plans to take all that stuff back. So what do you think is going to happen to all the people? So Spider-Woman lets everybody know what's going down at the Church of Ultron. So Tony's on his way. Rhodey is in Vegas, so it might take him a minute. Wonder Man's in the Palisades helping out with the wildfires, so it shouldn't take him long. And Red Ultron, that's the good Ultron, that's the Avenger, is in suborbit, I think they call it. I don't know, I could be wrong. Who knows? Anyway, he's in space, meditating. He's pissed off at Tony still, but he heard the call, so he's on his way. And Firestar is still in rehab due to her PTSD. Because the fall of X was a motherfucker on her. So she didn't get that alert. And Kilawatt didn't get it either. Because he's back in prison and he's about to become Stevil's. So then we come back to the Church of Ultron, and the Blue Ultron's still alive. As much as a head and a spinal column means you're alive. I mean, if you're a robot, I guess that's all you need. Anyway, if you don't know, this Purple Ultron kind of went crazy, went into the sun, and is set there. That's why he's black as hell, and that's why he's considered the Scorched Ultron. Anyway, he ain't Superman, so when he came out the sun, he might as well be old regular Ultron, because all he wants to do is kill humanity. And since the Blue Ultron wanted to convert all these humans into Ultrons, he's going to use them to kill the rest of humanity. But right after he says that, he catches repulsor beams to the face. Iron Man and Rhodey have just arrived. Now, in the last issue, Ultron was making a chain out of the people that he was killing. And he uses that chain on Rhodey. He wraps it around Rhodey's foot, and now his jet boots, both of them, don't work now. Tony goes to catch him, and he uses a repulsor blast to try to slow their fall, but they still land pretty hard. So the Rhodey's like, don't let that chain touch you, because whatever code's in that chain pretty much turned off my jet boots. And now we see the rest of the Blue Ultron's flock that have been converted into now Scorched Ultron hounds. Like, what is up with Marvel's infatuation with robot dogs now? I mean, they're an Uncanny X-Men. Actually, they was in Raid and Greymock, so both X-teams were dealing with them. And now we got the Ultron hounds, which is crazy because these hounds are handling War Machine and Iron Man. And our Purple Ultron, or Scorched Ultron, is just feeling himself. But then our Avengers Ultron, or Red Ultron, comes down to pay him a visit, punch him in his face. Now he goes flying, but he instantly gets up and starts swinging that chain like he's Ghost Rider. He wraps it around Red Ultron's leg, but before I guess that chain could do anything, Spider-Woman comes and shoots it off. And then Wonder Man comes and knocks the bejesus out his ass. And when I mean he knocked the bejesus out of him, he hit him from the rooftop of that church all the way to the ground floor. But this burnt-ass Ultron just no-sells the hell out of it, wraps the chain around Wonder Man's neck, and then starts slinging him around. Now, for those of you guys that don't know about Wonder Man, the way his powers work, he is far from human anymore. Like, he is the furthest thing from being a human. He's probably effectively immortal, like he'll never age. He's hard to explain. Pretty much, he's mostly energy. And this burnt-ass Ultron knows he's pure energy, and he's using that chain and starts slinging Wonder Man around to the point to where he starts to turn into that energy. Now, if I'm explaining it wrong, please feel free in the comments to explain it the proper way. Like, you guys really need my invitation to do that. You would have done that anyway. Like, oh, this dummy don't know what he's talking about, and I need to let everybody know how smart I am. But in a nutshell, he pretty much turned Wonder Man into a bomb. And then he drops that bomb. And Iron Man and War Machine are at ground zero. The Church of Ultron is now officially destroyed. Like, things done. And Spider-Woman is like, woo! Lord have mercy. I'm glad I wasn't in that. So then we switch to prison, where you have Stevil, and he's pretty much telling Kilawatt that he needs to get back in his good graces. And Kilawatt pretty much is telling him to eat a fat. So then Stevil's like, you might want to take that back. As he busts out a flip phone, but he shows a video of Kilawatt's dad, and he's in the crosshairs of Cad Bane, the guy from Star Wars. Like, I know it's not Cad Bane, but come on, man. Like, I know you guys are the same company, but Jesus, change it up a little bit. So I just looked this dude up. His name is Scorch Program, or Scorch of the Underworld. He first debuted in U.S. Agent number 2, and back in like 1993. Cad Bane first appeared in 2009 during the Clone Wars. So technically, this dude's been around longer. But who's more popular? It's Cad Bane. So of course, Kilawatt's like, I'll kill you, and grabs Stevil, and then Stevil has to remind him that he has an inhibitor collar on, and that he ain't whooping nothing here. He puts him in an arm bar, he slams him against the wall, and he grabs a memory stick and puts it in his pocket, and is like, next time you go to the Avengers headquarters, you go ahead and stick this in here, it'll do the rest. Do this and your dad'll live. Welcome back to the team. So Kilawatt goes running to the guard and is like, need to call the Avengers. When guard's watching the TV and is like, I think the Avengers are a little bit busy right now. Hell, they might be dead. So then Kilawatt's like, I need to talk to the warden. And the guard's like, no can do. You know what time it is? Kilawatt chopped this dude in the back of his neck, goes into a cell, sticks his foot into a toilet, and sticks his whole hand into a socket. Whole prison just goes down. Like, everything's black. And the Kilawatt's like, power's out, but mine is on. He flies off, a guard takes a shot, and it lands right in his back. And he's like, no, please. And the last narration bubble says, it was a bad day to be an Avenger.